Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. So this summer I went on a road trip, and for the first time I saw Trollbeads in a store, not just online, and I was really excited to visit Pendant, who by the way does ship international, and they do have an online store. But word of advice is to message them first because not all products online are still available, but they do have a large selection of retired items. So seeing everything in person for the first time, I kind of quickly abandoned my wish list, and I'll share with you what actually spoke to me. And the first item that caught my eye is the Troll Tree Pendant. And oh my goodness, you guys, this one is a hunk of silver. It is absolutely stunning, and it is retired. So when I saw it in person, I knew that Trollbeads Canada had it available online for a while, and it sold out pretty quickly. So I do think it is fairly popular, but when I saw this beauty in person, I just knew that it was one of the first items I would be purchasing. There's so much detail with this pendant, like even from the top where the branches are, the way it encases like a fairly large bead. So this is like a gemstone that I have in here, the red chalcedony. And the gemstones are fairly chunky. So this does fit like a chunkier bead. And then his little face, and do you see the opening in the mouth? Let me just zoom in here. So in his mouth opening, you can see the chain of the necklace, and he actually does have friendly eyes. I don't find him frightening. I know a lot of people like to use him as like a scary feature, but yeah, to me, he just seems like a friendly tree. At the base of the troll tree, that's where you've got the hallmark, and it can sit on top of another bead. I just have my malachite fantasy necklace. I just have the malachite right underneath. I did try it with a bead on top, but I'm very plain and simple with my fantasy necklace, and I just thought it was a little bit too much for me. I really just like the combination of the green and this red chalcedony. But the back of the tree, you just kind of have some texture there, just the way a tree looks, and then look at the branches on top. It is so well done. So when I am wearing this, it does kind of rotate around a little bit. So I'm really grateful that there's details on all sides. The next retired item I picked out is the Mother's Garden. And this is a wraparound bead. And it also can fit like a fairly large glass bead. And some of the gemstones, I do have one gemstone that is kind of really large and it doesn't fit that one. But majority of the gemstones, it does fit. Here it is with the Fantasy Pearl necklace, and the bead I chose to put inside is called the Cosmos Facet, which was the People's Bead for 2021. I really like the look of it with the pearl. And I want to say that the Mother's Garden came out for a Mother's Day release because that makes sense with the name, and it does have little hearts kind of with some scroll work there. It is so pretty. I really wish Trollbeads would release more wraparound beads like this. The next silver bead I chose is called On Top, and this one is not retired, although it did have a price increase with Trollbeads Canada. And I thought it would be really nice. I've seen this one in so many designs on bracelets and on the fantasy necklace, just the way it kind of encloses a bead. And here it is with pink petals, so you can see how nicely it frames a bead. So I think it's going to be very versatile, and I don't think it's going to be retiring anytime soon. I think it's very popular with Trollbeads. This next bead just took my breath away when I first saw it, and I knew right away that I would be buying this one. It's called Midnight Flower, and oh my goodness, look at those blue flowers, and there's a little bit of purple around that little center of the flower where there's like a bubble in the glass. And I just love the color of blue that is in here. It is stunning. And with that little touch of like kind of a blush tone in the center of the flowers. So here it is next to pink. And so I think it's definitely a contrast, and it's one that I really like. And I can also picture it with amethyst. But let me compare it to some of the other blue beads that I have in my collection, and you can just see how the color of blue is a little bit different. So this gives you an idea of kind of that dusky blue that this bead has, and it does combine well with some of the others, like especially this one here. I can't remember the name of this one, but I think these two are going to be a good match. Another blue bead that was a must-have for me is called Galaxy. And right away, before I even knew the name of this one, I'm like, oh, it looks like the Galaxy. And then I went to do my research in the hotel, and sure enough, that's what this bead is called. And they named it so appropriately. And here's a nice up close look. I hope it's in focus for you, but you can see the dark, the silver, and then around that silver, there's just a little lighter turquoise. You've got some streaky blue happening there. This is such a stunning bead. And here it is next to Midnight Bubble Joy. This one is still available with Trollbeads, and I think they're a perfect companion bead for this Galaxy. The next bead I picked out is called Silver Mountain, and it is sold out with Trollbeads Canada, but this is what the stock image looks like. And now let me share with you the bead that I got. And Beadin only had one of these in stock, and there's something about it that I really liked, and this is how it looks. It's a very petite bead. It's on the smaller side. It has this like large streak of purple, but it's got a little bit of glitter-ish look to it. It's different. It's very different. But you've got some silver foil at the base there. You've got some, I don't know, cream tones, and it's such a different bead. It looks nothing like the stock image, but I really like this one. And another one that I picked out is called Golden Cave. This one does look a lot closer to the stock image, and I think these were released at the same time because you can see there's a little bit of a pattern there. But look at Golden Cave. You've got that golden foil. It's kind of got this purple tone to it. I definitely see some purple, some cream. It's really interesting. I just love it when there's so much going on in a bead like this. So Silver Mountain and Golden Cave. The next bead that caught my eye is called Curious Clam, and I love the shade of green that is used in this bead. And Beadin had a nice chunky one available. So this one I had to get right away. You can see that green stripe in the background. You've got some like seaweed detail. I'm not quite sure, but the clams also have some stripes, and it's such a pretty colors in here. But this is my summer bracelet design. This is going to be a permanent design. I absolutely love it, and I wore it a lot this past summer, and I've just kind of been slowly tweaking it, adding new beads to it. And I think this bead here is called Ocean Life. So I think Curious Clams and Ocean Life go really well together. It's the exact same shade of green. The next bead I picked out is on this bracelet design here, and surprisingly, it's the only gemstone that I picked out, although they had two that were really tempting me. Just couldn't get it all at once though. So the only gemstone that I picked out is this beautiful round tiger's eye here. And this tiger's eye caught my attention just because of that beautiful flash. It had a nice balance of dark and light tones to it. I just really like this one, so I decided to go ahead and purchase it. And I have it on this bracelet design. This bracelet design's a combination of some darker colors that I have. It has a few gemstones on here, like I've got the smoky quartz over here. I also have the red tiger's eye. Now, this is not my flashiest red tiger's eye, but it's got some like a burgundy tone to it. And I'm gonna be honest, you guys, like, I use this one a ton. So when you're buying gemstones, I probably wouldn't have chosen this one compared to my other tiger's eye. Let me show you that one quickly here. Here they are one on top of another. So this one is brighter. It has a lot more flash. It's absolutely stunning. Whereas this one's a little darker, a little smaller, not quite as much flash, but it's got a really nice burgundy tone to it. And it's so funny because I actually use this one more in designs than this one. So we are nearing the end. I've got 3 more beads to show you. And one of them is this silver here. This one just caught my eye, and I think they had multiples. They had about 4 of these. And I didn't know what it was, but I just really liked it. I kind of liked the different shape to it. And I could tell it's a 4-leaf clover among the rest here, but I just really liked this bead. I just thought it was different. So this is the 4-leaf clover bead, and it does need polishing, as you can tell. But Pendant does still have these in stock. And the last 2 glass beads that I picked out is on this bracelet design here. And the one, as soon as I saw it, I was like, wow, that is a beautiful bead. And it is right next to the owl, and I think it's just called Blue Flower. I'm not sure what it's exactly called, but that little stripe of green in the background and the blue flowers have a little bit of like white in them. So it really stands out. There's just so much depth to this bead. It looks really nice with the malachite and the lapis lazuli. So this one was a must-have for me. And then another new bead that I purchased is over here. This one I don't know the name of, but I think it looks really pretty. It's kind of that same shade of green. You've got a blue flower. It looks good with the other beads here that I have. And I created this bracelet design because of these 2 new beads. And I really like the colors together, the green and the blue. It's just, I don't know, there's something about this bracelet design that's so pretty for me. And I love the use of gemstones with glass beads. So this is everything that I picked out with Pendant, and they were just so kind and patient. And it was such a fun shopping trip. I really enjoyed myself. So I hope that you're all doing well, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.